Alright, now that we have all the UVs done, we have to do a layout process so that we can utilize the 0 to 1 space. Okay, because every part right here is on a 0 to 1, but it's really huge in some cases. Okay, you see mine, I moved around a few things, so we're going to end up doing that. Also, I've gotten rid of all the bolts. I'm going to end up putting those back in Mudbox. It's just I didn't want to do the UVs on each and every bolt. I did the UVs on one. Okay. Another thing you got to make sure of is all your checkers are uniformed. Okay, just make sure of that. Double check, triple check. Like this one right here, I left. So L on the keyboard, I want it the same size as these. Now over here, if I hit L on the keyboard to highlight stuff, and then S allows me to scale. So it's when you click scale, it's S, and then when you're moving the mouse up and down, it initially starts to scale, and then you click left to stop it from scaling. Like that. Cool. So just make sure your checkers are all the same size. And whether that means go through and use the biggest one as your stopgap or your smallest one as your stopgap. Like these right here now are just too much. Now wouldn't it be nice if the program did it for you? Alright, it does. So check this out. I like getting students that way. It's like they probably stopped the video right there and they did it all, and then they're like, what? It does it for you? So hold shift and just grab all the objects, and then object join. Just please note that it's very important not to change the vertex order, and there's a few things you can't do with the vertex order. Joining and separating, no problem. But don't extrude and don't add any edge loops, or you're going to be screwed. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Now when we hit tab, they all share their same components, and then we can hit A to highlight all of them at once. Now hitting A doesn't really mean it highlights all the UVs at once, though. You can see that over here. So this is what I do. Control, right click. Gives you the lasso. Highlight them all, and use a thing called average island scales. Okay, perfect. See now that they're all, it does it all for you. It's amazing. Something Maya could never do. Now look around. See if there's anything wonky. I see wonkiness going on right here. Okay. Yep, just this one part. You unwrap. There we go. Again, just average your. Look for any wonkiness. Great. Now there is an option called Pack Islands, and it took the average scale first, and then it packed it correlating to the islands. So it automatically laid out everything for you. Again, jaw drop, hit floor. Maya does do the uniform scale thing, but in most cases it screws up the scale. Alright, over here. Like that. So what's going to happen is, if I have more of these bolts, I can do it in Mudbox, or I can do it here to duplicate it. Okay, I'll show you how to do it here first. So Shift D allows you to duplicate. And if you can't find your widget, it's located here. If you're unfamiliar with the interface, don't be scared of it. Just, take it slow at first. Again, I'm using the default blender, so I've slowed myself down quite a bit too. I think the key is don't let your brain get too locked up if something doesn't work. Perfect. Alright. Now, in the next video, we start transferring this over to Mudbox, which is kind of a monotonous thing. So just prepare for, have coffee ready, I would say. See you in the next video.